What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Leonard Ellerbie. Leonard Ellerbie states that the Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury fight will end very quickly in a devastating knockout by Mr. Wilder. He says that Tyson Fury can do a vast amount of things, but Deontay Wilder has figured him out pretty much from the first fight, and there will be a massive knockout in this fight. That's what he said about this coming fight today. Now, questions were asked about who should Deontay Wilder fight next. And he had this to say. He said that Deontay Wilder can fight whoever he wants. He doesn't have to fight Anthony Joshua or anybody else except who he chooses at this point. He says that he's made it clear that he wanted the Joshua fight. For whatever reason, that fight hasn't happened, but he is okay with whoever he fights because he is who he is. He is the top fighter, he says. He's the top fighter. And he can fight whoever he really wants to fight. Now, he was also asked, how does he rate to Tyson and other people? He said, you can't rate him to Tyson. He's in his own era. He's working on his own legacy, and he's trying to ascend upward. And then one of the last questions was asked was, do you think he can get to that top level? He said, well, of course he can get to that top level. That's the goal. He could get to the top level, and the sky's the limit for him. Those are the words from Leonard Ellerbie. Look, let me counterpunch this because it's what people say and how he danced around the question. He didn't want to compare him to other heavyweights, which was admirable because I think Leonard Ellerbie been around for a while. And he knows heavyweights, and he knows, the type of talent that we had. And he didn't want to do that. But he said that Deontay Wilder is the top heavyweight, right? But then they asked him if he could ever be to that highest level or that higher level or whatnot, or rise to that highest level. He said, oh, yeah, of course he can. Well, if he's not already there and he's a top heavyweight, where is it for him to go? If he doesn't want to fight Anthony Joshua, who else could he fight? You know what I mean? Like, obviously there has to be a certain set of things that you look at as a fighter or as a fan for a fighter to do, or the list of things that he needs to do in order for him to be where you think he needs to be. Leonard Ellerbie didn't have that. In fact, Leonard Ellerbie said the opposite. Oh, well, he could fight whoever he wants to fight. That's never going to get you where you claim you're already at. You claim he's a top fighter, but that's never going to get you at that highest level if you can fight whoever you want to. That's the same type of thing that I feel, and I know that they're doing with Tank Davis. They claim Tank Davis is the best. He can knock out everybody. He can do this. He can do that. All this and all that he can do. But when it comes to talking about an actual fight with people that can prove that fighter, it's always, well, no, he doesn't have to fight that particular person at this time, or he doesn't have to do this, or he doesn't have to do that. A lot of times, if you care for a person's legacy, or you care that a person excels at what he's supposed to be the best at, if you care about that, if you're a fan of the sport, you would care like I care. I've already gave my list of what I feel Deontay Wilder should do. But why isn't Leonard Ellerbie? I know he doesn't want to be that subjective. I know that, but at the same time, he was like, yeah, we want to see that. And they're asking, well, don't you want to see Undisputed? Oh, I do want to see Undisputed, but what I'm saying is he's made it clear that he don't want to fight this, that, and he wants to fight these guys. So, okay, well, the next step would be that you should get this particular fight going, and that should be one of the fights that should happen. instead of he can fight whoever he wants. That's the same attitude that they've had for the longest. He can fight whoever he wants to. And then whoever he fights, you try to justify it. See, that's why Floyd Mayweather Jr. is mad, okay? That's why Floyd Money Mayweather's mad, because Floyd knew, hey, I've done all this stuff. I've been ducked. People didn't want to fight me. It wasn't the other way around. And then everybody's trying to be like Floyd. And it's like these guys, and you know, and of course Deontay Wilder, he wants to be compared to Floyd because he wants to be the next dominant, undefeated, of course that's Al Heyman stuff, undefeated black American champion, period. But he's not viewed as such even by Floyd Mayweather because of those reasons. He's not fighting the top guys. Even Floyd Mayweather himself had to submit at a point of time if he wanted to cross over to stardom. People forget all this shit. They just want to be Floyd Money. Be Floyd Money. And you guys forget about all that other stuff. Anyway, Floyd, backstory people. Floyd had to fight Oscar De La Hoya to be where he's at. Now, if you think he had to, oh, no, I ain't doing that. Oh, no, Bob Arum, you know, these are slave wages and De La Hoya this and De La Hoya that. If he had that same attitude that Deontay Wilder has, he would be exactly where Deontay Wilder's at right now. Facts. He would be looked at as not really a champion or that ambassador in the sport. He wouldn't be that guy. He wouldn't be revered as that boxing god. Okay? That wouldn't be him. That's why Deontay Wilder, that's why they have to ask Leonard Ellerbie, you think he can rise? Oh, he could get there. But you say he's the top fighter. But what do you mean? And if he could get there, who's already there? See, there's questions that's not really asked in certain interviews that I think people would have problems with, you know. So, but don't worry, you know, I will ask these questions as time permits, you know. And I feel that Leonard Ellerby needs to push the issue. The surrounding warm market of people have to press the issue to make that fight happen between Wilder and Joshua. Wilder's been saying, I want the best fights and I want this and I want that. But what I will agree with Leonard Ellerby, he did say Wilder has to worry about Fury before he can do anything else. And that's absolutely true. Because the last thing he wants to do is underestimate Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury might knock him out. Because, I mean, again, people, how many times have we seen a fighter that does not have knockout power or is not known to have knockout power stop the knockout artist? Bernard Hopkins, Felix Trinidad, Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua. Who else? There's more. But that's the ones that comes to the top of my head right now. That these guys are supposed to be a knockout artist and they end up getting knocked out. Okay? Muhammad Ali, George Foreman. That's probably the best one. Because you're sitting there, you're thinking, oh man. Because what you're doing, you're comparing everybody that guy fought to the guy that he has not fought or knocked out or beat. And this one guy he hasn't knocked out. Bermane Stiverne was that guy on the list that did pass the test without getting knocked out, but he got knocked out in the first round. You know, now if Wilder goes in there and knocks out Tyson Fury in the first round, that would be showing a major statement. And what will happen, Tyson Fury's his notoriety and his stock would drop. Wilder's would rise, you know. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Leonard Ellerby and his comments about Deontay Wilder and his career. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.